The Buffalo Bills came out with a big victory yesterday versus the Pittsburgh Steelers in the wild card round of the playoffs. And what a great event to be at. And I know we had to wait one day for that blizzard that hit Buffalo and Orchard Park to move out of town, but it was a great event. And actually, it wasn't bad weather during the entire game. A little bit cold, but we were wearing layers of clothing, so it was nice to be out there and be part of the event. And I love the snow celebrations during or after every touchdown and during the game. So a couple of big plays during this game. One, a 52-yard run by your quarterback. I mean, there is not too many quarterbacks that have ever played in the NFL that can pull off a run like that, and we are lucky to have one of them. And Josh Allen, what an amazing play. I know some fans are saying he faked a slide. That's called a juke. I think he can fake a slide a little bit better than that. He was juking. And that was a nice play. And amazing to get a 52-yard touchdown from your quarterback. Another big play, Shakir. And what an amazing catch as he broke the tackle of Fitzpatrick and then put a juke on another player. And Miles Jack apparently wanted to go on a piggyback ride, jumped on Stephon Diggs' back as Shakir was running into the end zone. Amazing play. And I actually told Shakir before the game how proud I was of him. He gives me a fist pump before every game. And yeah, Shakir's been just an amazing player for the team this year and has really stepped up recently. Touchdown passes to both of the Bills' tight ends, as Dawson Kincaid got the first one, and I believe he gets the first touchdown of every wild card game, I found out afterwards. So great to have him. And then Dalton Kincaid had a beautiful touchdown pass deep down the middle, a long pass down the middle. That's beautiful. That's what we've been looking for a while, some of us fans, is to take advantage of Kincaid down the middle. So now if we're going to use that as a new weapon, then that's awesome. So, yeah, the offense looked great. The defense got a lot of injuries. I mean, the offense has Gabe Davis went down and Connor McGovern missed one play, but the defense, wow, there's a lot of injuries over on that side of the ball. And I attribute some of that to the Steelers being such a tough and hard-hitting team. You know, I hope that Terrell Bernard's okay. You know, you take a player off in a cart, it's hard to imagine him coming back the next week. But they did say afterwards that the MRI and things were negative. It's a severely sprained ankle. So I don't know, probably not next week, maybe down the road, though, we'll see Bernard back. But he's been such an impact player for the Buffalo Bills at the linebacker position this year, as we were wondering during the offseason who was going to be our linebacker there in the middle linebacker. And he has really stepped up and been a fantastic one. And hopefully he'll be okay. Christian Benford, I didn't see where he got hurt. Maybe it was on that play that some people thought was a fumble recovery, the second review. And Balin Spector got hurt on that play. I know that a Steeler put his knee, ended up, while he was scrambling for the ball, his knee went into Balin's back, and Balin tried to play, but his back was hurting him too much. So hopefully we'll get him back. They can work on that. It's going to be a big week for the team's training staff and doctors as the Bills try to get ready for the Kansas City Chiefs coming to town. The Chiefs actually have 2 days more with that already playing on Saturday and then the 1 day off for the blizzard. So the Chiefs had 2 days more to get healthy. I don't think there's much game planning difference going to go on. These guys have already played each other twice, but it's about getting healthy at this point of the year. And the Bills have a lot of players down. Taron Johnson also, boy, he did not want to leave the field when they told him he had to go in for concussion protocol. And then he ran to the locker room. One thing I really liked was when he was running to the locker room, he wanted to watch the next play. And he turned around and watched a play from the tunnel and then ran up to the locker room. And, yeah, he's such a team player, such a great guy. There's so many guys on this team that are big-time team players. Speaking of that, Elam, you know, it's been a hard year for him. As he's been a healthy scratch a lot of times. He also had an injury that put him down for a few weeks. And then he did have a pass interference call. And a lot of Bills fans, at least the ones I was sitting around, were ready to just skewer the guy. I mean, yeah, they're just tired of Kaiir Elam. And then 2 plays later, he comes up with a big interception. And all those same fans are talking about how they love Kaiir Elam. I mean, just an amazing, amazing thing. And I love Kaiir Elam. I love Jackson. I love Trey White. I love Christian Benford. I love all our corners. I think we have great corners. And when one goes down, another one steps up. But hopefully we have as many that are up as possible here. Because at the end of the game, we didn't have the linebackers that started the game, which one of them wasn't even a starter earlier in the year. And then we didn't have our corners either, our starting corners. But we did have Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer back there, which is a big deal because those 2 guys know the team better than anybody. And they're moving parts around before the snap too. So, you know, I think that those 2 guys, but big props to AJ Klein. I mean, I've always been a Klein fan. He's such a nice guy when he comes over and talks to you before the game. But to see him come and to be told that it's time for him to retire, and then the Bills get an injury to Dodson, so they call him and say, "Hey, would you consider coming back for a playoff game?" And he runs the scout team for a couple of days in practice, and you know, I think a lot of the offense has really given him props for that and how he got them ready. And then he has an amazing game. Wow, he had a great game. I think he had over 10 tackles. Even to him, he said he started slow, but once he got into it, he really got into it and played well. And I think the Steelers were attacking him as a guy that just came off the bench. That's probably one of the reasons he had so many tackles. But he made the plays when called upon. Again, just a great event. The snow flying in the air was a lot of fun to be part of and watch it. As far as the pregame, I had a couple of good stories here from the pregame. I mocked up a couple of Funko Pops on, I don't know if you've seen it, but they have AI now on Microsoft that you can mock up some Funko Pops, which, you know, is my other hobby from the Buffalo Bills, is collecting Funko Pops. But I designed one of Coach Washington, one of Shaq Lawson, one of Ed Oliver, and one of Tim Settle, the Penguin. And I put them all on one sheet, and I called over Coach Washington, which I've had a couple of nice discussions with him. This guy needs props. Coach Washington does a lot for our defense, and I love that guy. I hope he's a Buffalo Bill forever. So anyway, Coach came over, saw it. He said, "Where'd you get that?" I said, "I made it." And he said, "That's pretty cool." So then when he came back after warming the team up, I asked him if he'd like it. And I handed it to him. And then he really started looking at it. He's like, "Wow, these are pretty cool." And yeah, so great to be able to mix 2 hobbies together a little bit there. And he took that. I don't know what he's going to do with it, but hopefully it ends up in his office or maybe on his refrigerator like kids take their artwork to their parents. I don't know what's going to happen to it, but I'm glad he liked it. How about that? Maybe he showed it to the other guys. Yeah, and then you guys know I only need 5 more autographs to get the entire 53-man roster of pictures back here. That's down to 4 now. Tyrel Dodson didn't play in the game, but he did come over. I had my red Sharpie out, not Sharpie, but red paint pen, and doesn't really show up that great because I have a picture here with a lot of red background, but he did sign it for me, and that brings me down to 4 guys. David Edwards, Latavius Murray, Taylor Rapp, and Angelo Williams. So if I can get those 4, that would be crazy. But I don't think I will, because 2 of those guys don't even come out for the pregame warm-ups. And 2 of them just stay focused. You know, Taylor Rapp and not Edwards. Taylor Rapp, he's very, very focused. Oh, Angela Williams, he stays very, very focused too. So, you know, that's fine. They're getting ready for a game. It's their jobs. I love them doing that too. So, great for them. I thought it was great that Kaiir Elam got that interception. I've been rooting for him all year. I think the same thing's going on with Von Miller. A lot of fans hate Von Miller right now, or just don't even want him on the team. Baloney. He had some pass rushes yesterday where he really caused some pressure on Mason Crosby, especially late in the game. And he's almost getting home. So he's playing so much better each and every game. I have a lot of faith in Von Miller. And it's not just because he gave me a gift before the game. He had his assistant come over. And every game I yell Triple V at Von when he goes by, which is his company that he has with his, I think it's his father and his brother. And his assistant gave me this before the game. He handed this to me and said, Von wanted you to have this. And, you know, I didn't have one of these ski masks on. And I was getting cold on my face, actually. And I don't wear the ski mask because I have a bigger head. And they're too tight. But this thing stretches really well. And it's actually warmer than the ski mask I was going to wear. So, big props to Von Miller for helping me out in the stands. And helping to take care of me. So, yeah, looking just a little bit on to the Chiefs. It's going to be hard with all these defensive players down. I mean, the Chiefs are a fantastic football team beyond Taylor Swift even being part of it. I mean, the Chiefs, they're the defending Super Bowl champions. And if you want to win the championship, you got to beat the champions. So that's what we're going to try to do here. And so it makes it a huge, huge week for our team trainers and doctors. Hopefully we can get them a game ball after the game if we get a big win over the Chiefs. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens during the week and how these guys are health-wise. I mean, even the punter's hurt. Sam Martin pulled his hamstring trying to chase down a guy after a blocked field goal. And he did punt later in the game, but, I mean, you could tell Sam was hurting. You could tell. So, with that, you know, go Bills. And please always remember, God loves you. God loves you. And so do I.